Life truly begins at 40. Until then, it sometimes feels like you're merely gathering research for these ideas. Carl Jung's perspective might seem to contradict everything you've been taught. Society worships youth, extolling the achievements of your 20s and 30s. You're led to believe these years are the pinnacle, the time to establish your career, relationships, and overall success. But have you ever stopped to wonder if that's all there is? As you near 40, you sense a subtle shift, a quiet murmur in the back of your mind. Suddenly, you start questioning whether the goals you've pursued were really your own. Carl Jung suggests that every struggle, triumph, and setback so far was simply preparing you for something greater. And if that strikes a chord, you're certainly not alone. Perhaps Jung has tapped into something truly profound. The early chapters of your life often feel like an unending race. From childhood to early adulthood, you're busy building, learning, and constantly adapting. Carl Jung described this phase as research, a period where you craft your persona, the mask you adopt to navigate life's challenges. This mask is a survival tool, designed to help you fit in, achieve success, and meet expectations. Yet, it's important to remember that this persona is just that, a facade. It doesn't reveal your true self, even if it convinces you otherwise. Much of this time is spent accumulating experiences while trying to meet external demands, leaving little room to truly explore who you are. You've likely spent countless hours shaping this outward identity, influenced by the expectations of parents, teachers, and society. Despite this, a quiet sense of unease might bubble beneath the surface, a feeling that you're following a script written by someone else. This isn't a failure. It's a natural reaction to a world that prioritizes appearances and achievements. For many, this disconnection remains hidden until the weight of those expectations becomes too heavy. These formative years are critical for learning about life, yet they rarely deliver the deeper satisfaction you might instinctively crave. That's why so many people, even those who seem to have it all, end up feeling an unexplained emptiness. It isn't that your youthful endeavors were wasted, rather, they helped you identify what doesn't truly fulfill you. Over time, the carefully constructed persona begins to feel like an ill-fitting suit. As midlife approaches, questions about purpose and identity grow louder, signaling the start of a transformative journey. This rising awareness lays the groundwork for profound changes to come. Turning 40 can feel like reaching a crossroads, where the life you've built starts to feel unfamiliar or even confining. The identity that once guided you, the very persona that helped you navigate the world, may no longer resonate in the same way. Carl Jung saw this phase not as a crisis, but as an awakening, a chance to move beyond societal expectations and discover your genuine self. Your priorities begin to shift. External markers of success lose their allure, replaced by a yearning for deeper meaning and personal fulfillment. This stage of life invites introspection, prompting you to ask, what truly matters to you? Science backs this change. Neurological research shows that in midlife, the brain undergoes transformations that improve emotional regulation and self-awareness. These changes allow for more reflection and a broader perspective when facing challenges. Goals that once seemed fixed now appear open to reinterpretation. Carl Jung believed this internal realignment offers an opportunity to reshape your life in accordance with your authentic self, even if it feels unsettling at first. Moments of restlessness and dissatisfaction are often signals that transformation is needed. According to Jung, these feelings are invitations to peel away the layers of your constructed identity and embrace a more honest existence. This process isn't about discarding the life you've built, but rather re-evaluating what truly aligns with who you've become. Though the journey can be challenging, it paves the way for a more fulfilling, purpose-driven chapter that resonates with your inner truth. A particularly powerful element of Carl Jung's philosophy is the idea of the shadow, the parts of yourself that you've hidden away, including your fears, desires, and vulnerabilities, often out of necessity during your early years. But by 40, the shadow can no longer be ignored. Confronting it is no easy task. It means facing the truths you may have long avoided, unfulfilled dreams, or behavioral patterns that no longer serve you. Yet, this confrontation is essential for growth. When you acknowledge these hidden aspects, you free yourself from the limitations they impose. Ask yourself, what parts of your true self have you neglected? It might be a creative passion, a craving for deeper connections, or simply a desire to live more authentically. In addressing these neglected parts, you begin to cast off the constraints of your old persona and move toward a more genuine life. Individuation, the journey of integrating every facet of who you are, including both your conscious and unconscious self, is, for Jung, the ultimate goal of life. Often beginning in midlife, this process involves discarding what no longer serves you and reconnecting with your core being. It doesn't mean you have to abandon everything you've built. It's about reassessing your values and priorities. Ask yourself, are you chasing goals that are truly yours, or are they just echoes of societal expectations? This reflection might inspire changes both big and small, letting go of toxic relationships, reviving a long-forgotten passion, or simply carving out more time for what genuinely makes you happy. Through individuation, you stop living for others and start living for yourself. This isn't about selfishness, it's about authenticity. By aligning your actions with your deepest values, you craft a life that feels both meaningful and whole. Growth, especially in midlife, is rarely without discomfort. The changes you face often demand that you step into the unknown, confront long-held fears, and let go of familiar habits. Carl Jung believed that midlife is a unique opportunity to transform not just how you live, but who you are. This transformation isn't instantaneous. It's an ongoing process that requires patience and courage. Sometimes, it feels like you're dismantling the very foundations of your life, but it is through this dismantling that true growth occurs. Every fear you face and every outdated belief you discard brings you closer to a more authentic version of yourself. Look at the stories of those who embraced change in midlife, whether they pursued a new career, rediscovered their creative spark, or deepened their relationships. The common thread is a willingness to confront the discomfort of change. Transformation often comes in subtle shifts, a renewed focus on what matters most, heartfelt conversations, or dedicating time to a neglected passion that collectively leads to profound growth. These changes may initially feel like losses or sacrifices, but they are opportunities to rebuild your life with clarity and intention. Even small steps, like reflecting on your goals or allowing yourself to be vulnerable, can have a lasting impact. Carl Jung emphasized that while the path to growth is fraught with challenges, it ultimately leads to a life that feels not just lived, but truly alive. In the end, transformation isn't about becoming someone entirely new. It's about uncovering and integrating the person you were always meant to be. At 40, you're not reaching an end, you're starting a new chapter. The years ahead hold the promise of deeper fulfillment and authenticity than ever before. By embracing your shadow, reassessing your priorities, and welcoming change, you open the door to a life that reflects your true self. It's not about achieving perfection, but about attaining wholeness. Every experience, both good and bad, has contributed to who you are today, and now you have the chance to take charge of your narrative, crafting a story that is uniquely yours. As you move forward, remember that this journey is your own, but you don't have to walk it alone. Seek support from meaningful relationships, therapy, or deep self-reflection. Most importantly, trust that the best is yet to come. Thank you for watching. If you found this inspiring, hit like, subscribe for more insights, and share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, life doesn't end at 40. It just begins.